Hi everyone. So today I've been thinking a lot and I have learned a lot. And I actually wanted to share a discovery I have made on my own. It involves a little bit of the mythology, but at the same time, all the creation of the universe and all the universes, worlds, realms, astral planes, and even this world, and then it goes like further into the quantum physics. So the thing I wanted to share, like for example, in all the religions, we have this one common beginning of the world, or creation, existence, whatever you call it. It's said that there was a sound or a word, and everything from that came into the creation. And I apologize for interruption. So where was I? This creation of the world, and in all the religions, it's a word, it's a sound. Doesn't matter if you are looking on Sikhism, Buddhism, Catholicism, Christianity. Every religion has two things in common, and that is the story of creation. And second thing that it has in common is, for example, we have a god of sun like Apollo, and then we have sun associated in Catholicism with the God or Yeshua and stuff, who has been the word too. And in every religion, it doesn't matter what the names are, they are one and the same personification. And I want to talk about personifications because that's what the deities are, and some of the beings and entities also, or even places and astral realms and planes of existence, dimensions. So let's start to the point. Let's say in a Greek mythology, the Greek pantheon, we have Chaos, who is the void, and he's the beginning of everything. Then in Catholicism we have God, who is the source, and from him came the word, and from him came another things and another things and another things. It's one thing you notice in all of the religions is these relations and something coming out of something. So from chaos came, let's say, Gaia, Nyx, Erebus, Eros, Tartarus. Nyx is the night, like Gaia is the earth. And from them, with the pairings, came another thing. So what is the void? What is chaos actually? It's something that has been asleep and then it woke up and it became self-conscious, and that's where the thoughts are coming from. And if you are self-conscious and you can think, you can make sound, you can start to speak. That's the word that came out. And basically where I'm getting at is, all those deities are personifications and embodiment of something. It's a energy that is conscious, self-conscious, and has taken a form or a responsibility or a role. Like it's like your own DNA. So for example, Nyx is the night. She's the personification of the darkness and the night, and that's her DNA because that's what she is. And then we have a look on chaos, and quantum physics, nothingness coming out of something. It's the common human mistake that humanity is making over and over and over again, and that is that something has to have a beginning and something has to have an end. But that's not true, because nothing truly ends. It just changes and transforms and like changes form of being and its own form of existence. For example, like the water turns into a vapor, then to liquid, and it can turn into the solid. And the thing is, nothing truly has an ending. Things come to life, things die, the seasons, chemistry, everything. It's like a circle. So to say something had a beginning, like being self-conscious, is actually wrong, because you think it began like that, but it did not, because even that void and chaos has to come from somewhere. It's the same as microcosm macrocosm thing. Let's say a baby is born in a womb and it's in the darkness and it exists, it's not conscious, and then it's born, it takes a breath. It starts to think later as it grows, and then it can talk and becomes its own person. Same was with chaos and the void, who is the beginning, but that chaos was in a womb and he has come from somewhere else, and then that thing has come from somewhere else, and then again and again and again. You think it's the beginning and the end, but maybe it just has changed its form. Or I apologize for another interruption. Back to the point. So that thing came from somewhere and somewhere and somewhere and somewhere and so on. And with chaos came all these deities, right? But okay, let's look at the story of creation where everything came to exist. Which means this material world, the life, plants, forests, angels, beings, spirits, entities, deities, different gods, even energy constructs from your own will or negative emotions and all that kind of wavy like planes thing that and dimensions, everything that came to be, it's coming from a source, right? But that source has come from a source. We just think it's a big bang that it just became, but maybe, as I said, it's something that has been reborn or has changed the form. And that's where I want to get to the quantum physics. If you look on a parallel universes and how many dimensions there is, how many countless of planes of existence there is in our universe, now imagine countless and infinite universes, of like how many dimensions and planes there has to be, and beings, or even parallel use. It's like atom structure that is making your body, and then you become the atom amongst other bodies, and that is making another body, and it stretches infinitely. So the thing is, what if there is many sources along, next to each other, that has came from another huge source that is a particle only of a bigger picture? It stretches infinitely, and in a quantum physics, it's something I call, I'm not sure, I have not studied quantum physics, I haven't studied any of these, but my knowledge is a memory of something old. So if we look on a point zero in a quantum physics, I've only heard about it. I haven't really researched anything, but it is a point in time and space and a creation of existence that there is a stillness, and in that stillness there is nothing, and there is everything at the same time. The possibilities, it's like being asleep and awake at the same time. So in one flick, there can be completely everything, and that nothingness, that point zero, holds a potential of absolute mass creation of anything and everything possible when it comes to, for example, physical laws, universal laws, cosmic laws, and all these kind of theories we are not just now discovering or have discovered some of them. The mathematics, sacred geometry, all that is packed up in this small point of zero. And now what I figured out is, if you look on a zero, what does it look like to you? It looks like an O, like a circle. And now circle looks like it doesn't have any beginning and end. It's just a loop. That's what it is. It's a loop. You get it? Like, same is what I've explained with the chaos mythology. All these stories of creations, the beginning and the end, and that's the mistake people are making. There is no beginning and the end. There is just change of form, and something in a loop coming from something else, and that from something else, and that from something else, and that is the loop of existence. And at the same time, it is a point zero and holds all the potential of possibilities that there is. So with that said, if we have a universe here and there is a chaos or a void or a source or this big bang that has created everything, it doesn't matter from which way you look on it, energetical, mythological, or scientific, energy, vibration, frequency, there is this thing, imagine all that in a small circle of atom, like imagine it in atom. That's just one universe holding all of this that we have spoken. And now if there is a parallel universe, and I think it has been proven that there is, where they came from, they probably have a parallel chaos, same way they a source, a big bang, same way there is parallel you, probably at least in one of the earths, or it's just slightly different resonance, but it is these differences, the Mandela effects, for example, the timelines and all that. Imagine our universe next to an atom of another universe that is parallel, and all these like infinite possibilities, and all that falls into another just one universe, and that one universe has another 3 tons in that universe that falls into another just one universe. And I think it's the one and the same loop of creation. Let me know what you think below.